Yeah, I think if you just angle it like that, that's really nice. That's really good. Nice work, Mama. Okay, so it says it is now streaming live. So let's go to YouTube Live. We have good timing, half an hour. Let's be sure that this is muted. Okay. I'm going to start the webinar. It says it's live. So you didn't have to press play to start the video, right? It just started on its own this time. Good. Okay. So we're going to wait just a second and see if the audio is pulling through how we want it to. Double check the video. I'm going to start my video. We're looking good.
We've got about a 30-minute or 30-second delay.
Good. And I'm going
Seems
to
be pulling through fine.
pull this up full screen. Okay. Looks great, Mom. Yay. Okay. I'm going to push that back out a little bit more. And we're going to share screen again. Okay. I'm going to mute myself and stop the video. Well, hello there, friends. Dr. Morgan Nolte here. I am so excited to spend this time with you today. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, evening, or night, we are live. And I am so excited to be here with you because I know you are meant to create a body and life you love. I know this in my bones. Now, I may be biased, but I believe that everybody was made to become the best version of themselves. And that includes prioritizing and optimizing our health. And because of that, I'm going to show you today what it would look like in your world to stop weight loss self sabotage so you can use all your personal power to take consistent, meaningful action instead of being dragged down by your fear, guilt, and shame. That way, you can lose the weight, feel good doing it, and keep it off. I want you to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want with your healthy body. I want to let you know that when I teach you something new, I like you to focus. I like you to be able to learn everything that I'm sending your way. So sometimes you're only going to be seeing the slideshow like you are right now. You'll hear my voice, you'll see my slides, but I won't be on camera because I want you to focus, or a graphic would make my point more helpful. But then sometimes I'm going to hop on camera just like this. Hello, welcome. And especially during the live Q&A, I'm going to be here so that it's a more personal connection. Again, thank you so much for being here today. I cannot wait to share this presentation with you. All right, let's get back to that presentation. Get my camera turned off so you don't see my talking head. Okay. So, have you ever been to a boring presentation with no audience engagement, and you look around and you see people so distracted, disengaged, or maybe even sleeping? That never happens at church, right? But in this presentation, I want you to be engaged. You're going to walk away today feeling excited, inspired, and ready to take action. So before we get started, I want you to jump in the comments on YouTube. I want you to be active with me this entire time. So if you're watching live or watching the replay, I want you to let me know your name and where you're watching from. Members of my program are all over the world, from Canada to Dubai, all over the United States. I love hearing where people are joining from. All right. So right now, I want you to jump into the comments and tell me, what are your big, bold health goals for 2021? And what value would reaching these goals bring to your life? I'm going to say that again because it's a really important question. What are your big, bold health goals for 2021? And what value would reaching these goals bring to your life? I want to know. So I'm going to read the comments right now. So type in the response to this question. My big, bold health goal for 2021 is, and fill in the blank. Then how will you act or feel differently when you reach those goals? Why this is so very valuable is if you just start to get the courage to put it out there, if you start to tell people, I'm going to lose the weight, or I'm finally going to get healthy, you start not only believing that you can lose the weight, but expecting that it's going to happen for you. I truly believe that your success is inevitable. And by just saying what you want aloud and writing it down, I promise it's more likely to happen. You're going to start to find ways to make it happen. So if you have not already hopped in the comments, do so right now. I'm going to be interacting live. If I get live comments, I'll certainly be interacting in the replay as well. All right. I'm moving along here. In this presentation, it's called the 5-step system to stop self-sabotage so you can lose weight and keep it off. And I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling with critical self-talk, fear, and a lack of follow-through, right, to taking consistent, empowering action so you can lose weight, keep it off, and improve your health. Now, stay with me until the very end because if you decide to go on this weight loss journey with me, I have an extra special bonus that I want to get into your hands. So stay with me until the end, and I will show you how you can get your hands on my favorite batching recipes that are simple, healthy, and delicious to save you hours each week in planning, cooking, and dishes. Stay with me until the end, and I'll tell you how you can get your hands on that bonus to help reduce overwhelm, because Lord knows a lot of people have overwhelm when they start a weight loss program. So I want to help you reduce that overwhelm. Before we get started, here's one thing that I want you to do. I want you to turn off all your distractions. I know, easier said than done, but I want you to silence your cell phone and turn it over so you can't see a notification pop up. I want you to take all those windows down off your computer right now so you just see this training. If you stay focused, I will make this worth every minute of your time. If you multitask through this whole thing, then you're going to walk away learning nothing. Stay with me, friends. You're already here, right? So be all here. Be fully present and focused on this training, and I promise you will get more out of it. So one thing that I usually promise to people is a quick win in the first 5 minutes of any presentation. So I'm going to give you my 4-step find your why formula. This is the secret to being consistent and motivated to stay on track. And this is where I start with each and every one of my clients. Your why is your anchor to any healthy habit that you want to start. Without it, you're relying on willpower and motivation. And we all know that doesn't get us very far. Listen to this one. Commitment creates consistency. I'm going to say that again. Commitment creates consistency. And you are so much more committed to your why than any external number. So that's why it's a great first step to take. Capitalize on your energy and momentum so that when it fades, you have your why to keep you going. And I want you to do this within the next 24 hours of this training. So make a mental note of when you're going to take 15 minutes and do this exercise. Now, there's a reason you can't see it right now, but the sign behind me always says, keep your eye on your why, because it works. The first thing I want you to do is grab a blank piece of paper and your favorite pen. I'm a sucker for a really good pen. Then you're going to set a timer on your phone for 15 minutes. And I want you to find a comfortable chair. Maybe grab a cup of coffee or some hot tea and set the mode to just relax. Take a deep breath and tap into that still, quiet, subconscious part of our brain that doesn't get very much attention. And for the next 15 minutes, here's what you're going to do. Remember that we mine for gold, and the same comes for your thoughts. You'll be tempted to do this quickly, but take your time and really do your best. And I promise the payoff is worth it. Step number 1 is to write your big, bold goal at the top of the paper like this. Step number 2 is to draw 3 circles like this. Step number 3 is to label your circles. One is going to be labeled do, another is feel, and the third is ripple. Don't worry about what these mean. I'm going to get there in a minute. Step number 4 is to fill in the circles using these prompts. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, what will reaching this goal allow me to do or do better? So often we seek external answers. We Google it. We ask what other people think. But I really believe in the power of intuition and that you know deep down what you need to do. But in our busy world, we don't take the time to listen to it. I always believe the first person we should ask a question to is ourselves. So ask yourself, what will reaching this goal allow me to do or do better? And write your thoughts in the do circle. Now, it may be helpful to use a 5-minute timer for each question to force yourself to sit in the silence of your own thoughts. The next question to ask yourself is, how will reaching this goal make me feel? What emotional gain is there to reaching my big, bold health goals? And write your answer in the feel circle. The last question to ask yourself is, what is the ripple effect that reaching this goal will have on my life, my family, my career, my future? Write that answer in the ripple circle. The core of these circles is your why. All of this is your why. I typically say that you should be able to tell me your why in 10 seconds or less. And it needs to include someone other than yourself. Otherwise, it's not clear enough and it's not strong enough. The truth is that every decision we make impacts the lives of others. And I often work with busy caretakers who are forgetting to take care of themselves. The flight attendant was right. We need to put our own oxygen masks on first before we can best help others. Once the 15 minutes is up, you've got to celebrate, my friend, because if you do this, you have officially found your why and will fast track your weight loss success. So use that 4-step find your why formula in the next 24 hours. I can't wait for you to see what insights flow and motivation comes your way. All right, in this presentation, I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling with fear, negative self-talk, and lack of follow-through to taking consistent, empowering action so you can lose weight, keep it off, and get healthy. Most weight loss programs completely ignore what we are talking about today, and that's mindset. Limiting thoughts guarantee limiting outcomes, and I don't want that for you. I want you to start owning your health and taking control of your life and future success. I'm not entirely sure why you're here with me today, but I can make some educated guesses. Reason number one is you're looking for guidance. You know your emotions and mindset are standing in your way, but you don't know tangible steps you can take to stop self-sabotage. Reason number two is you're looking for hope. You've tried everything to lose weight and nothing seems to work for long-term success. You're questioning if really anything will work for you and are looking for a long-term, doable weight loss solution. Reason number three is you're intrigued. You've seen my stuff on social media and haven't ever considered that mindset is a huge part of losing weight. You're here to learn more about how to optimize your own mindset and get better results. All right, I want you to type a 1, 2, or 3 in the comments so I know why you're here. It's okay if you have more than one reason. You can type all 3 if you want, but write it in the comments. Reason number 1, you're looking for guidance and tangible steps to stop self-sabotage. Reason number 2, you're looking for hope and need a doable long-term weight loss solution. Reason number 3, you're intrigued. You want to learn more about how to optimize your own mindset and get better results. So type those in the comments, 1, 2, or 3, watching live or the replay. I love that feedback. And I want you to know that wherever you are today, 1, 2, or 3, I fully support you. I get you. I know where you're at, and I know how it feels like to want something different, to need a change, and have that determination to do whatever it takes to get it done. I am so proud you're here today. I want you to be proud of yourself for being here today. Let's get excited and get into these 5 steps. Now, but before we get there, right, I have to brag on my kids. I'm going to take just a couple short minutes and introduce myself. I'm Dr. Morgan, and I live in Nebraska. For our foreign viewers, that's right smack in the middle of America. And I'm married to Justin, who farms corn and soybeans. This picture was taken on our first date after about a year of being in COVID. I'm married, and then we have 2 amazing kids. So Dawson, right in the middle, he's 3. And anytime we say, all right, say cheese, that's his cheese face. And then Leah's going to be 1 this month, and she is just so stinking sweet. Now, I started weight loss for health after struggling to lose weight when I had my son. Naturally, my exercise capacity was limited, and the foods I thought should help me lose weight weren't. I was determined to get the weight off because I wanted to be a healthy, active role model for my kids. As a geriatric physical therapist, I'd seen firsthand the negative downstream effects of excess weight. By training, I'm a board certified clinical specialist in geriatric physical therapy. My job was to help people rehab from illness and injury. And I noticed a common theme. Over 95% of my patients were overweight and had multiple comorbidities or illnesses, usually occurring together: diabetes, heart disease, and some form of cognitive impairment or dementia. As I researched weight loss for myself, I realized that there was a common underlying factor at the heart of not only weight, but the chronic disease I was treating in PT, and that's insulin resistance. Once I started learning how to live a low insulin lifestyle, the weight came off with ease. But for me, the sad and shocking, really truly shocking part was the level of misinformation I had about weight loss, even having 7 years of health education under my belt. And I thought if I had so much misinformation about weight loss and hadn't learned about it in my 7+ years of education, how on earth is anyone supposed to know this stuff? I've made it my life's mission to help other women reduce their insulin resistance and risk factors before they turn into disease. I never want you to need a geriatric physical therapist or wait for someone to answer your call light to go to the bathroom or need a lift chair to stand up. It's so much easier to prevent disease in the first place than keep kicking the can down the road. No woman should feel resigned to live in a body that she doesn't like. All right. You deserve to have control over your health, your life, and your future. But here's what took me a while and lots of one-on-one weight loss coaching to understand: that while insulin resistance is the physiological cause of weight gain, there was also a cause of the cause. Why would someone make choices that were literally making them sick? Why would someone keep eating when they didn't want to? How have we come to use food to soothe every negative emotion and augment every positive? You see, there is a cause of insulin resistance that no one is talking about. Yes, physiologically, we know insulin resistance is caused by excessive intakes of starch and sugar, too much stress, not enough sleep, and a lack of movement. But there's a cause to those unhealthy lifestyle choices too. The cause of the cause. And that is limiting fear-based thoughts and beliefs about weight loss. Your thoughts and beliefs about how to lose weight and what's possible for you is the cause of the cause. You cannot master your physical state without mastering your mental and emotional state. Otherwise, you'll keep turning to food every time you have a bad day or you get sad news or want to unwind and relax. What fires together, wires together. And if you're here, you've likely wired food to emotions. But the good news is that emotional eating, self-sabotage, is just a habit. All right. It's just a habit, and it can be replaced with healthier habits. And when you do, you'll see long-term weight loss, feel confident in your clothes, have a higher self-esteem so you enjoy socializing and aren't constantly self-conscious about your weight. You'll learn to have control over food, not let it control you. And that's what we're talking about today. Can you imagine how it would feel if you knew your weight loss success was inevitable? What would it be like to never have to go on a diet again? If you never felt like you had to start again on Monday? If you just lived a healthy, balanced lifestyle? Imagine the mental headspace you'd get back if weight wasn't constantly on your mind. This is possible for you. Living a low insulin lifestyle is the simplest, most powerful way to lose weight, keep it off, increase your energy, reduce food cravings, and improve your health. When how will this affect my insulin instead of how many points or calories does this have becomes your new litmus test for whether or not something will help you lose weight, weight loss becomes easier. Decisions become clearer and you get better lasting results. Getting rid of false beliefs about yourself and about how weight loss actually works and changing your limiting thoughts is the first step towards fixing insulin resistance. If you're anything like me, you like to know where you're going. So here's a quick roadmap of this training so you know what's coming your way. We already covered the first step in the 5-step system to stop self-sabotage, and that was to find your why. Keep your why top of mind each and every day when you're tempted to be lazy. Who's lazy around here? Not me, right? Or do what you know you need to do to reach your goals. Let your why be stronger than your fear. Now, next, we are going to talk about why fears around weight loss or weight regain often become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, step number 3 is to make your brain work for, not against you to lose weight. This is all about learning why your brain is wired to keep you stuck right where you are, and why changing your habits through willpower alone is darn near impossible. Step number 4 to stop self-sabotage is to learn how to see your own weight loss blind spots. This is really where my years of one-on-one coaching comes into play. I've identified just a few very common limiting thoughts that you might resonate with. And just knowing they exist can be extremely empowering because now you have a clear thought to work on changing versus knowing that you want to change, but can't quite pinpoint why you keep getting in your own way. You're going to learn how to find your blind spot. And then step number 5 is actually fix your limiting thoughts and beliefs. These relate not only to how to actually lose weight, but because there's a lot of old dogmas that really die hard out there, we're going to talk about some of them, but also just in your potential and personal ability to lose weight and keep it off. This terrifies some women because they've been able to lose, but have no clue how to keep it off. And that's really where this last step comes in. We wrap up this presentation with the best long-term weight loss strategy. Now, this goes against much of what you may have learned in previous weight loss programs. But trust me when I say you will get long-term results, not just for weight loss, but also risk factors like reduced inflammation, blood sugar, blood pressure, and better blood lipids. You can lose weight and still be unhealthy. I teach you how to lose weight and get healthy. So it's a win-win. Lastly, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look into weight loss for health and exactly what you'd get if you choose to work with me and join this amazing weight loss program. And it's a maintenance program too. And be sure to stay until the end because remember, I promised to tell you how to get your hands on my favorite batch recipes that I call the perfect prep blueprint. It's going to walk you through exactly how I batch my lunches each and every week and give you 5 of my favorite, easy, fast recipes that you can start using right away. All right, let's get into this training. I want to talk about why your fears around weight loss or weight regain become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The truth is that mindset is the foundation of weight loss. You know the verse, if you build your house on sand, when the rain and storms come, the house falls because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And my guess is that you've experienced that in your own weight loss journey, but maybe didn't recognize the limiting thoughts and beliefs holding you back, creating a foundation of sand. So that's why your plans never worked out, why your health habits that you were trying to establish crumbled. There are 4 pillars to lowering insulin: nutrition, including what you eat and intermittent fasting, exercise, sleep, and stress. And I cover all of these in depth and walk you through not only the science, but how to apply that science and change your health habits inside my program. It took me years, really years of coaching before I discovered that habit change and thought change are not the same thing. Most weight loss programs don't address how your limiting thoughts, beliefs, and fears surrounding weight loss will impact your results. Some weight loss programs, my own included, focus on behavior and habit change. But your willpower and motivation will only last so long. If you can impact your thoughts and beliefs, the rest of the actions that you will need to take will flow so much easier. I believe that we all have two kinds of weight to lose: physical and mental. If you're struggling to lose weight, you may be focusing on the wrong weight. Mental weight is the brake pedal of weight loss. It's subconscious and sneaky. Most people have lived with the mental weight for so long, it's their blind side. Mental weight can be things like limiting, dysfunctional thoughts, even a negative attitude, fear, or another emotion disguised as fear. Mental weight leads to self-sabotage and weight regain. If you want to lose physical weight and keep it off, you'll have to face your mental weight. This is the hard part of weight loss. And it also happens to be my favorite because when you lose the mental weight, your entire life changes. You gain energy, confidence, focus, and clarity. You stop quitting on yourself. The only thing you have to give up to lose weight is giving up. Here's a great visual of how fear impacts your results and why your fears become a self-fulfilling prophecy. F stands for fears, limiting thoughts, and false beliefs about weight loss. E stands for emotions. A stands for actions, and R stands for results. There is a cascading effect between your fears, emotions, actions, and results. And I'm going to give you a great example here in a second. That's why mindset is a cornerstone of weight loss. You've got to believe in yourself, or at least be willing to learn how to believe in yourself. Let's take a look at a really common example I hear from women. They doubt that anything will work for them, that they'll ever be able to lose the weight at all. When you have fears such as, I'm afraid this isn't going to work, that causes negative emotions like apathy, isolation, depression, anxiety, and fatigue, right? You're tired, you're dragging around all day. Those negative emotions lead to negative actions like sitting on the couch, eating chips, watching TV, because you have too much mental weight holding you down to do anything about losing your physical weight. Then you're going to get negative results from your inaction. It all stems back to what's between your ears, what you're thinking. Here's where this gets sad. You get negative results. Maybe you call them failures. I call them learning opportunities. But those experiences then reinforce your initial fear that nothing will ever work for you and that you're destined to be big and that this is just the cards that you got dealt. This all started with fear. So we have step 1 to stop self-sabotage is to find your why. Step 2 is to know how your fears and limiting thoughts and beliefs about weight loss affect your emotions, actions, and results. Before we move on to the third step, I want to hear from you. Can you think of a negative thought that you'd like to change? I coach on these a lot, so I have a plethora of examples for you. Losing weight is going to take me so much time. I don't have the time. Losing weight last time felt so restrictive, and I can't handle that level of intensity again. The only way I can lose weight is to starve myself or take diet pills. And then there are just some false beliefs about weight loss, right? The ones that die hard. Eating fat will make you fat. That's wrong. I have to exercise a bunch to lose weight, and I don't have time or energy for that. That's wrong. I'm supposed to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. That's wrong, right? If I had a little wrong button, I'd be pushing that over and over here. So many weight loss myths perpetuate from big marketing companies. And inside my program, I teach you the science behind weight loss, like how it actually works, so that you can filter all that flashy marketing stuff through your filter of science-backed truth. So in the comments right now, I want you to tell me one limiting thought or belief about losing weight that you're going to stop thinking. I want to share some stories of members who learned what I just taught and then put into action in my program. Susan said, after eating low fat, no fat, and counting points from the 1990s, Morgan has reversed those years of eating small meals. Morgan has convinced me that fat is good. I'm eating more and lost weight. Who knew? Learn to read food labels for sugar and protein numbers. Now, as you can tell from her testimonial, Susan has been a longtime Weight Watcher. And I have another client who was on Weight Watchers for a long time. And when we started working together, she was only eating a breakfast that had 4 grams of protein. In all their years of being in a weight loss program, they never even learned the basics about nutrition or how to properly fuel their bodies. That's exactly what I teach my members to do in module 3 of my program, or module 2, fuel, excuse me. Once you learn how to do this, you'll get rid of the calories in, calories out, limiting belief, and won't feel like you need to burn a bunch of calories or exercise a ton to lose weight. Here's one success story to prove that you don't need to exercise a ton to lose weight. Before I started with Morgan, I lost weight from time to time, but it always crept back on. I didn't understand the nutritional aspects of weight management. At age 59, I wanted a weight and wellness solution so that I could focus on a future of activities with my family and keeping up with my grandchildren. My therapist helped me to learn what to eat and why it was necessary to lose the weight and keep it off. In 20 weeks, I lost 20 pounds without changing how I exercise. I feel more confident in my appearance and have more than enough energy to play with my grandchildren. When you give your body satiating nutrients from healthy fat, protein, and fiber, you'll naturally have fewer carb and sugar cravings. Here's what Cindy had to say after using the sustainable weight loss system that I teach. I'm physically feeling better, very little sugar cravings. My clothes are fitting better, so something is happening. I don't feel deprived on this program, and I'm eating foods that I love that hold me over. That's another limiting belief squashed. You do not have to feel deprived to lose weight. All right, let's move on to the third step to stop self-sabotage, and that's to get your brain to work for, not against you to lose weight. If you're going to learn how to change your brain, you got to know a little bit about how your brain is wired. That way you can learn to play by its rules and not feel like you're always fighting against yourself to do what you need to do to get the results you want. Most of this section comes from the book, I Am Enough by Marissa Peer, and I highly recommend that book as a supplemental resource to this training. The rules I list here are not the only ones, but I chose the ones I thought most pertinent to weight loss and habit change from Marissa's book. And they are: your every thought and word form a blueprint that your mind and body work to make your reality. The strongest force in humans is that we must act in a way that consistently matches our thinking. Your mind is hardwired to resist what is unfamiliar and return to what is familiar. Your mind does not care if what you tell it is good, bad, true, false, healthy, unhealthy, right, or wrong. It accepts and acts on your words regardless. All right. Your mind does what you tell it to do. That's the bottom line. Your mind responds better to positive words and specific, detailed, dynamic words and instructions. The mind learns by repetition. What is expected tends to be realized. Your mind does not recognize neutral words like don't, can't, no, not, later, maybe, tomorrow. This last one is especially funny to me because as I learn more about psychology and behavior change, I'm constantly trying to apply this stuff to my 3-year-old son. It's no wonder when I tell him no, that he just persists. I'm not giving him clear enough instructions. But when I change my language and redirect him with clear, positive words, he responds so much better. You can choose to be negative, use negative language and feel lousy because of it. Or you can choose to be positive, use positive language and start improving your life today. So while you can choose your thoughts, what you can't choose is the effect those negative thoughts have on your mind and body. By habitually giving your mind negative instructions through the use of negative words, you inadvertently give yourself stress, anxiety, and illness. But notice what I said, habitually. You may very well feel like you don't have control over these thoughts because they are so common to you, but you do. Your habits of action are caused by your habits of thought. I'm going to say that again. Your habits of action are caused by your habits of thought. Now that you know your mind does what you think you want it to, you can start giving it better instructions. Instead of telling yourself, and I'm quoting what I've heard, other women say, I'm so fat, I'll never look as good as she does. I'm too fat to eat at a party. I'm too fat to do that exercise. I'm too fat to get in this truck. I ruin things every time. I already blew it, and I'm just going to start on Monday again. Oh, wait, it's already Wednesday, and I forgot that I was going to start on Monday. I'm so bad at losing weight, right? It's no wonder that you're not losing weight. So start telling yourself things like, I'm a healthy person, and act accordingly. And then believe this to your bones. My weight loss success is inevitable. I am going to lose weight in a way I can live the rest of my life so that I don't have to be afraid of maintenance. I choose health over junk food. Instead of eating these cookies, I'm going to make a cup of hot tea. I'm going to spend 1 hour on Sunday making my lunches for the week so I don't go to takeout. Inside my program, I teach you how to identify and prioritize these mini weekly goals so that no matter what the scale says, you feel proud that you're doing micro goals every single week. Let me ask you something. If you hate criticism so much from other people, why do you criticize yourself? The most important words we hear are the ones we tell ourselves. So start thinking about what you're thinking about and choose your words wisely. You are worth it, my friend. I know this might seem crazy and woo-woo, but it's 100% true, and I've seen it work in the lives of many members. So let's jump into the comments. I know this can feel a little heavy, but you know what? Weight loss requires us to get emotionally uncomfortable. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, right? So while this may feel a little uncomfortable to think about, let alone admit out loud, it's powerful. And remember that consistency principle that you learned earlier, that your brain is wired to do what you tell it to. I want you to start giving your brain some clear instructions right now. What is one recurring negative thought that you are going to stop telling yourself? In the comments, what is something you frequently tell yourself that you wouldn't dare say to your best friend or someone you love? Write it down and let it go. It's time to start making way for new positive, encouraging thoughts in your brain. So some common ones that I hear from women are, you're so fat, you're so lazy, those pants don't look good on you, you can't do that exercise. And some of my old ones were, you're too busy to focus on your weight right now. Your health isn't that bad. You've got time to work on that later. Later, someday, and one day are not on the calendar. There is only now. So tell me, what are you going to stop telling yourself? Write it in the comments. And if you're having a hard time even recognizing those thoughts because they are so familiar to you, that is okay. I want to show you some success stories before I explain how to find your own negative thoughts that are holding you back. So this one is from Betty. She has a great story. She said, I lost 17 pounds and I'm no longer pre-diabetic. That is like my why, right? Preventing disease. My lipid profile, although previously in the normal ranges, was still much improved. My doctor agreed that it would be fine to get off Lipitor for a 6-month trial period. Triglycerides decreased from 134 to 63, and HDL increased from 58 to 78. That's huge since August when I started the program. Thank you, Morgan. This program has been life-changing. Carol said, my previously high blood pressure readings are now down to numbers I haven't seen since my 30s. My percentage of body fat is down and my percentage of lean body mass is up. I've lost inches from my hips, waist, and thighs, and I fit into my clothes better. I'll gladly give up my crown as the queen of cookies. I love that one. And Sue said, I've tried every weight loss program under the sun. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you can relate to Sue. And she said, I'd never seen long-term results. I lose weight and immediately gain it back. This program has given me new insight into my weight loss journey. I understand what works, but more importantly, why it works. Morgan's program is not a diet. It's my new way of life. That brings us to step number 4, how to fix limiting thoughts and beliefs to unlock your full potential. Sometimes these negative thoughts are buried so deep in our mind, they are hard to find. And I call it digging for thought gold. Before we learn how to find these limiting thoughts and beliefs, it's vital that you understand why this is so crucial for your long-term weight loss success. Imagine yourself as a water balloon full of water. All that water in you is your personal power and potential to achieve whatever you put your mind to. Now imagine there are little needles poking holes in your balloon, draining your power out. Each of your limiting thoughts and beliefs about how to lose weight, or really that it's even possible for you, are like a little pin poking a hole in you. The negative energy it creates drains your personal power to pursue those goals. It drains your energy, enthusiasm, and ability to have the courage to be consistent in the midst of fear. So close your eyes and take a moment and think about what percentage of your personal power is being drained by limiting negative self-talk. All right. What percentage of your personal power is being drained? Is it 40%, 50, 60, 70, more? It's no wonder you're not seeing the results you want. You're only able to put a fraction of your full power towards pursuing your health goals because the rest of it is being drained out by those thought holes that we're going to learn how to plug. Another analogy I find powerful is a garden. Consider your limiting thoughts and beliefs weeds in your garden. You're trying to grow healthy plants, healthy habits, but the weeds are choking them out, stealing the nutrients and energy required to help your healthy lifestyle and habits grow. If you want to get healthy, you have to pull your thought weeds to give yourself the space and energy to grow. So often these negative limiting thoughts have been in our garden so long, we don't even recognize them as limiting. They don't even look like weeds to us. A great example I had from a one-on-one client recently was that she kept eating about half of the food that I was recommending she eat. And when I asked her why, she was chronically underfueling her body. She said, because I'm full. I'm full, Morgan. I don't want any more food. I thought that I was supposed to stop eating before I'm full. She learned about intuitive eating principles in another weight loss program, right? Only eat when you're hungry and stop before you're full. And what I had to tell her was that intuitive eating does not work well for people who are already overweight and have insulin resistance because their hunger and satiety hormones are not working as well as they should. And by the way, 85% of adults are insulin resistant. As I thought deeper about what she said, I realized that she was afraid of feeling full because in the past, feeling full meant that she had overeaten and she wasn't going to lose her weight. Then she would feel guilt and shame about overeating and associated the feeling of being full with guilt and shame. Remember, what fires together wires together in your brain. That means if you do two things at the same time on a repeated basis, when you do one thing, you'll automatically want the other, like eating popcorn when you're at the movies or scrolling your phone when you're using the bathroom. Feeling full and feeling shame were wiring together, thus firing together. It's no wonder she was under eating. She didn't want to feel full and experience those negative emotions. What I had to explain was that feeling full after overeating a bunch of unhealthy food was completely different hormonal response in your body than feeling full from eating healthy, nutrient dense foods that keep insulin low. Further, she wanted to talk about specific action items to reduce her sugar cravings, which was ironic because I said, if you eat more healthy food, like I'm recommending you do, you'll have fewer sugar cravings. So I said, eat all of your protein. You're under eating and it's giving you sugar cravings. The whole eat less, exercise more to lose weight is a major limiting belief I see from women. And I know this one well because I used to have it myself. I used to believe that. So, how do we find and fix these limiting thoughts? Well, I use what I call the clear exercise. The easiest way that I found is to think of a specific time when you ate something that was not in line with your goals or didn't do something you said that you were going to do for your health. So, here's an overview, and then we will go through an example together. C stands for circumstance or context. Think about these questions. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? What time is it? What's the context? L stands for line of thought. What are you thinking in the moment? Often it's hard to stop in the moment, and this post-action reflection can be helpful for when you're in a similar situation next time. E stands for emotions. What are you feeling? What emotions are the natural result of your line of thought? A stands for action. What actions did you take or not take as a result? And R, of course, stands for results. What results stemmed from these actions or inactions? So, when was the last time you didn't do what you said you were going to do for your health? You said you were going to exercise and then you didn't exercise. You said that you weren't going to eat after dinner and then you ate after dinner. Tell me in the comments what situation you want to work through. And again, the exercise one is common. The snacking after dinner is common. I'm going to swear off sugar for a week and then they have the next day is common. They feel like they just blew it and then they snowball and they spiral and, it stinks. And that's why I made this training, is to help you out with that. So you got to pick a specific situation you want to work through. For me, a bad habit that took a while to break was my evening snack. And to be honest, I still struggle with this sometimes. But I'd eat and then I'd put the kids to bed and then I'd want popcorn, even though I just ate a full meal a couple hours earlier. So why was I doing that? I wanted to get some insight. So let's talk about the 5-step process to find and fix limiting thoughts and beliefs. A very common example is feeling like we always want dessert. I don't know about you, but when I grew up, dessert was after every meal, and what fires together wires together. The meal wasn't done until I had something sweet. So let's imagine you made a plan to just have 3 solid meals a day. Then nighttime comes around and you finally get some time to relax and you go to the kitchen and get something sweet, even though you said you wouldn't. What the heck? What's going on? You know that that's not in line with your goals. So why are you doing it? Step number 1. Okay. I'm going to breeze through this, but I'd encourage you to take your time. Maybe rewatch this training. As you reflect more and more, you're going to get faster at it. But the more intentional you are with your reflection, the more limiting thoughts you're going to find. Step number 1 in fixing your limiting thoughts is to find them. And to do that, we use the clear exercise. So what's the context here? I'm going to use my own life as an example. As you know, I have 2 kids. Dawson has always been tough to put to bed, but Leah is kind of like a little angel and she goes down without a hitch, but it's always been a fight each and every night with Dawson. And I know, listen to your language, Morgan, but that's how it feels sometimes. It feels really frustrating. And especially when he was young, he would cry and whine for hours. And when he finally fell asleep, all I wanted to do was get some chocolate and relax on the couch. And the context was that I was exhausted. I felt like I deserved a reward for just getting through another night of putting Dawson to bed. Not the best mindset, right? So I would make myself some popcorn and put in some chocolate chips. Justin and I would watch TV and enjoy the moment of calm, but always have our ears up for when the kids would start crying again. So the context was it was about 9 p.m. on the couch with my husband, who also wanted popcorn, right? Some food peer pressure there, and we were relaxing. My line of thought was, I deserve a treat for all the stress I just went through putting Dawson to bed. This is my time to relax, and I'm going to enjoy myself. My emotions were tired, drained, frustrated, stressed, anxious, deserving. My actions were to make popcorn with chocolate chips to treat myself, help me relax, and fill me back up. I think that last one was really interesting. My results were difficulty losing the baby weight and feeling guilty for not following through on my good intentions. Step number 2 is to find your limiting thought or thoughts that started the cascade of negative emotions and actions. Usually, this is pinpointed to just one or two. So, for this situation, that is, I deserve a treat for all that stress I just went through putting Dawson to bed. This is my time to relax, and I'm going to enjoy myself. Step number 3 is to empathize with yourself, right? How often do we do that? We need to empathize, not criticize. So say, yes, Morgan, it's not fun to deal with the same bedtime struggle over and over for 3 years, but you're blessed to have Dawson. It's understandable to feel frustrated, stressed, anxious, and tired. Those are normal emotions. This is more reaffirming and positive than negative self-talk. Replace negative self-talk like, why can't we put him to bed? What's wrong with us? We're terrible parents, with self-empathy. We are going to stop to try and use shame and guilt to motivate action. Like, if I only make myself feel so bad, if I really make myself feel bad, then surely I'm going to want to take action. And when I do take action, I'll be at rock bottom. So we're going to get even bigger results. As you just learned earlier, your brain works best with positivity and praise, not guilt and shame. So remember, empathize. Don't criticize. Step 4 is to ask problem-solving questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. How can you deal with these emotions in a way that doesn't involve food? How can you relax and unwind in a way that doesn't involve food? What else could you have instead of food that would help you relax? What system could you put into place to remind you of your good intentions before you act impulsively? How could you change your environment so you're not as tempted to eat after putting Dawson to bed? Those are all high quality questions. And step number 5 is to make an implementation intention. This comes from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I recommend my members make 1 to 3 implementation intentions a week to keep working towards those tiny actions that lead to big results. This is going back to the fact that your brain doesn't do well with words like don't or can't. It needs a clear, doable alternative to the popcorn and chocolate chips that sound so delicious. So here's a template. I will insert behavior at insert time on insert date because of insert reason. Or you could just use what's called a habit stacking technique, where you commit to doing your intention just right before or after an already existing habit. And that's actually what I use to break this late night emotional eating habit. I said, I will immediately brush my teeth right after dinner and have sparkling water after putting Dawson to bed as a treat instead of the popcorn, so that I can lose the rest of the baby weight. If you change your thoughts, you will change your actions. Most weight loss programs do not address your emotions, limiting thoughts, or beliefs at all. They only tell you what actions to take, what to do, how to think. And when it comes to everyday decisions, honestly, 90% are made in your subconscious brain. And when you're working to fix your limiting thoughts and beliefs, you're working on changing your subconscious brain that's responsible for 90% of your decisions you make each day. That's really when you're going to start to see more consistent follow through. And it does not happen overnight, but it is possible. And a clear roadmap exists for how to do it, how to embed new positive intentions into your subconscious brain that's responsible for most of the decisions you make in a day. Sometimes it takes a few tries before you find what works for you. And I recommend keeping your intentions for a full week and give them a really good shot and then tweaking them as necessary. And in my program, I talk about habit change in depth in the Mastering Your Habits Masterclass and teach you exactly how to identify and prioritize your health habits to get the best ROI for your time and energy. So this is definitely missing from so many weight loss programs. And I hear from women that they're just tired of general weight loss advice, like stay under 2,000 calories a day and keep working out. And so I wanted to share a quick story with you before I get to the final point of this training. So that's the process. And we want to fix your limiting thoughts, right? So just to recap, you have the clear exercise. Okay. Step one to find and fix your limiting thoughts. Step number one is to fill out your clear exercise. So find your limiting thoughts, empathize, not criticize, ask problem-solving questions, then create an implementation intention to change your thought habit. Because remember, all of our habits are just habits of thought, okay? So you see, most weight loss programs are based on outdated research. Any program that makes you rely on processed foods is not sustainable. Unless you want to eat processed foods for the rest of your life, right? Unless you want to take a diet pill for the rest of your life, don't start taking a diet pill. Your body doesn't recognize red, yellow, and green foods. No food is free. Eating is not a test, and there are no cheat days. So we're kind of moving from the mindset piece of weight loss into the strategy here. And I don't want you to sacrifice short-term results for long-term gain. Please stop making and accepting excuses from yourself. You can do this. You are in control of your choices in your future. And when you accept responsibility, you can expect results. One of my clients had been in a different weight loss program for 15 years. Right. And when we started working together, I told you that she was only eating 4 grams of protein for breakfast. And not surprisingly, she had a ton of carb and sugar cravings. So for reference, your body needs at least 30 grams of protein per meal to optimally fuel your muscles, which are key to maintaining your metabolism and weight management. So the best way to really lose weight and keep it off and prevent disease is to live a low insulin lifestyle. Period. End of story. If you want to be in the 5% of people who lose weight and keep it off, you'll need to master 2 things: mindset and a low insulin lifestyle. And notice I said lifestyle, and that's because there is so much more to weight loss than just food and exercise. Remember the 4 main pillars to living a low insulin lifestyle: nutrition, including what you eat and intermittent fasting, sleep, stress, and movement. I cover all of these in relationship to how will this affect my insulin and my program. And I cover all of them in detail so you know exactly what to do and why. One of the reasons I love my program is because it's filled with incredible women who are really doing the work. I wanted to share a story with you to prove that you can overcome your limiting thoughts and learn to live a low insulin lifestyle. Joan said, I started doing the program after reading Atomic Habits and the Obesity Code. I lost 30 pounds. I took your course and it has helped me get on track after a long plateau. This is the first time in decades that I have been able to lose weight and keep it off. Joan did the work. She went through my course and showed up regularly to office hours each week to get in-depth coaching about mindset blocks that were preventing her from taking consistent action and seeing progress on and off the scale. There has never been a better time to do this because of COVID. We've all been cooped up for a year and have been so, just reminded of the importance of good health. I've heard from so many women who just let themselves go during COVID and they felt restricted in other areas of life that food was the only place they could let up. This year changed all of us. You are different. You are here because you need a change. Maybe you thought, I need something different. I'm not going to live a mediocre life. I want an amazing life and I want to learn how to do this. This is your time to take back control of your health, your weight, and your life. And ask yourself, what are the consequences? What are they going to be if you don't get your health under control? You don't have to wait for it to get bad to take action. Don't let your health or weight get any worse. To be honest, there is no perfect time or right time. There is only today, right now. So, aging makes weight loss harder for two reasons. Number one is your habits become more ingrained, but number two is your metabolism slows down even more. So, your weight will never be easier to lose than it is today. Weight loss is like investing money. You put a little in now so you can get more out down the road for your health, right? And live the life that you want. So with that, I wanted to share one more quick story, and I promise we will get into live Q&A at the end. So Kathy came to me with a concern of knee pain that on average was about 4 out of 10, but got up to 8 out of 10. It really affected the quality of her life and mobility. In the morning, she was stiff and had a hard time going downstairs. She walked regularly and was a jazzerciser. She wanted to optimize her nutrition and strength to lose weight, improve mobility, and reduce knee pain. So food came first. Most of her breakfast smoothie was just sugar, right? Because she thought fruit was healthy. And it's not unhealthy, but we did need to incorporate more fiber, fat, and protein. She started strength training, eventually used intermittent fasting, and her results were great. She had increased energy, stamina, and no knee pain. And she said that she could run down the stairs in the morning. So really incredible. And I never touched her knee. Her pain healed from the inside out with a low insulin lifestyle that also reduced inflammation and helped build muscle to support her knee joint. So here's what Kathy said. My original concern of severe left knee pain has been alleviated beyond my wildest dreams. I have gained muscle as well as confidence by adding strength training back into my life. Through better nutrition, hydration, and exercise, I am pain-free and can do all I want to do physically. My energy is more than enough for whatever life throws at me. My blood glucose has returned to a very good score of 80. My triglycerides dropped and my HDL has been going up. My experience has been life-enhancing and a joyous journey. If Kathy, Sue, Betty, Carol, Susan, and so many other women can do it, so can you. I want you to have this kind of happiness and success in your life. So I have a question for you. Would you like me to help you create your low insulin lifestyle so you can get healthy, lose weight, and finally learn how to keep it off? I hope you're saying yes. I hope you're saying, come on, Morgan, teach me how. Because with that, I want to invite you to join Weight Loss for Health. Weight Loss for Health is the only online training of its kind that shows you exactly how to start and maintain your low insulin lifestyle so that you can lose weight and get healthy from the inside out without crazy restrictions and the constant second guessing of, am I doing this right? So here's what you're going to get when you put into action what you learn inside Weight Loss for Health. You'll learn how to set short, attainable goals and follow through consistently. You'll learn how to fuel your body with the right amount and combination of protein, carbs, and fats to lose weight. You're going to learn how to effectively use intermittent fasting to burn fat for fuel. And you're going to dial in your sleep, stress, and movement for next level results. So let me take you behind the scenes and show you exactly what you'd get if you join Weight Loss for Health today. And just remember, while I'm showing you this on the desktop, you'll get instructions in the orientation video for how you can download the app. So you don't have to log in on a desktop each time. You'd simply pull up the phone app on your tablet or your phone and use it from there so you don't have to log in. All right, so the program is the back door to my website. And once you join, you'll be able to click here to log in. You'll enter the name and email you use when you check out to log in. And once you log in, you'll be taken to what's called the library page, where you're going to find 4 products: the course, community, recipe bank, and instructions to book one-on-one coaching calls. If you choose to join, you're going to have the option of booking a lifestyle audit as well. And this is an hour-long one-on-one call with me where we take a look at your past medical history, goals, and current health habits to develop a customized plan. Let's take a look at the course first, because that's the heart of the program. There's an orientation video at the top and 4 modules: follow through, fuel, fast, and sleep, stress, and movement. A module is like a broad category with several lessons, and there's 6 master classes currently. I'll be adding another about weight loss mindset later this year. So each of the trainings are pre-recorded videos, and you can watch them or simply listen and learn on the go with the app. So I want to show you what's inside each lesson, not each and every one, that would take a while, but just give you an example here. Module 1 is the follow through formula. And in lesson 4, you're going to find the sustainable weight loss system that I talk about a lot. So I wanted to be sure to show that to you. So there's different, under the downloads here, there's different things like a transcript if you like to read. There's fun sheets that help you turn the insight into action. And that's the sustainable weight loss system that's really the cornerstone of this program. And so let's take a look at that. You can just download it. It's a PDF. And you can save and organize all of this stuff on your desktop right away, so that a lot of my members will print it off, right? They still like the paper and the pen. And then let's take an example. Just look at the fun sheet. And most of the lessons will have a fun sheet because I take all the notes for you and give you some journal prompts to really turn that insight into action. That's what this program is all about, getting you to take that action, right? So going back to the main part, the other modules are fuel, where you're going to learn the science behind macronutrients and hydration. So we're going to scroll down. There's the fuel. In module 3, you're going to learn how to use intermittent fasting for weight loss. And then module 4 are the other lifestyle factors like sleep, stress, movement. And then we have those really good master classes. So let's take a peek at this master class. I want to show you how in-depth these fun sheets get, because it's pretty awesome. You will never, ever run out of ideas to lose your weight. And I really do make it step by step. I make it as easy as possible. All of this is waiting for you when you join Weight Loss for Health. So Xing that back out. In the navigation menu where it says, I think we're going to go back to the course right down there. So at the top, there's the carb manager, and that's where you're going to find the how-to videos to figure out your nutrient needs and start tracking your food and carb manager. And we do not track for perfection, just accountability and troubleshooting. So you're going to be able to add me as a friend so that I can review your food log during office hours if you'd like me to, and give you some specific advice. So that is the big picture overview of the course. And then we have the bonuses. So let's talk about the community. This is like a private Facebook group, but off of Facebook, because I don't know about you, but I get way too distracted on there. So this is organized and streamlined for you in topic categories. I recommend members log in once a week to post a win and accountability item or an action item. And then there's other topics for your support and inspiration as well. And you can click on the feed there and see the most recent posts, or I just like staying in the topics just to be organized. So there's a few extra special bonuses waiting for you inside Weight Loss for Health. We have weekly office hours, and you can see the replays right there. Replays are always posted on YouTube as unlisted videos, so you do have to be a member to see those. You can post your win, you can post your accountability items. You're going to be able to access the community right on the phone app. So you can listen to those office hour replays on a drive, or maybe when you're doing the laundry, doing the dishes, right? We all have so much stuff going on. So I tried to make this as convenient for you as possible to learn on the go. And the last bonus that I'm going to be showing you here in a second is my private recipe bank. And these are my personal go-to recipes. And I put them all in one place because I don't know about you, but I hate when I go to a blog post and I have to scroll, down 10 different things and ads. But so all the recipes are going to be in there. Here's the one-on-one coaching where you can book a 60-minute call or a 30-minute call with myself. I only do these coaching calls for members of Weight Loss for Health. So all the instructions are there for you. And then here's a quick peek inside the recipe bank. Nothing too fancy in here. Like I said, it's not going to be like your regular blog. It's just you go in, here's the recipe. I have downloads for you to use as well. So that's kind of a big picture overview of everything inside the program. Now, I know you're probably wondering, this is great. Now tell me how much it is, and let's maybe get to some of the Q&A. So the investment, I've sold it before close to $1,300, and a one-on-one package with me is $3,000, but you can join today for just $249. So the whole investment is worth so much, and it's just a $220 joining fee and $29 a month recurring subscription fee. So similar to Weight Watchers or Noom, there's a recurring cost to keep you involved, keep you motivated to take action. So I want you to join today. I don't want you to put this off. I don't want you to wait. I don't want you to miss out on that perfect prep blueprint. What I want you to do is click the little black button if you're watching on the website that's below the comments that says enroll now. Go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll. And if you're watching live on YouTube, there's a link right in the description, so you can click that as well. And you guys, I have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So it's really risk-free to you. You can do it for 14 days, do the work. And if you're not completely happy, just let me know. Send me your work and I will send you your refund. So again, the investment is just $249 to join today and then $29 a month thereafter. So right now, I think that you might be in one of two places. So option one is you can try to create a low insulin lifestyle and lose weight on your own without a plan. But you'll be running the risk of being in the same place this time next year with a big open loop, wondering what progress could have been made if you joined now. Or option two, you could 100% commit to creating your low insulin lifestyle using a proven roadmap that you learn in my program. Just imagine yourself 1 year from now and think about how far you could go if you joined today versus trying to do this on your own. Think about all those great trainings that are waiting for you to break through your plateau, change your habits, end emotional eating, and so much more. Who's going to be your support? And will they really know what you're going through and how you're trying to accomplish your goals? So I really, really hope that you come with me inside of Weight Loss for Health and join option two on that side. Don't forget that perfect prep blueprint is yours if you join live during this training. So right now it's 10:10 Central Time. You got to join live. We're going to be wrapping it up by about 10:30. So only a little bit of time left to get that special bonus. Here's an overview of everything that you're going to get. I just showed you that inside of the course, but in case you're watching the replay and really like it spelled out, what's more important than what you get is what you're going to do. Okay. That's what this is about, is actually doing the work. I want you to stay consistent. I want you to learn what foods and when to eat. I want you to get healthy from the inside out and have fewer cravings. Okay. All of this stuff is possible for you. We're going to learn how to do it with praise and positivity. I have 100% satisfaction guarantee. It's only $249 to join today. So go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll or click that little button and join me today. Now, before we get to Q&A, I want to say that there are some common mindset blocks or excuses that might be popping up. Like, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't want to be restricted. I can't keep the weight off. I can't follow a meal plan. I can never follow through. I don't want to make 2 separate meals for me and my husband. I hate exercise. I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of regaining the weight. And I just want to tell you that those stop here, okay? I teach you how to deal with all of that inside my program. So this video is going to show you exactly the steps to take to join. What you'll do is you'll go to that URL and you're going to fill out your information. And then you will put in your address, because I like to send a little thank you. You'll put in the payment information. And then once you check out, you will be taken to this page here. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit for time. So you can purchase the lifestyle audit after you check out. That's going to be an option. And then you're going to be taken to a thank you page with Meryl Streep jumping up and down in joy, just like I will be when you join the program. So Next step is to check your email. Don't forget to look at your spam and promotions folders. All right. That's really important. So you're going to see the lifestyle audit confirmation email ended up in my inbox, but the program confirmation email ended up in my promotions folder. So don't forget to check those. And then inside of those emails are step-by-step instructions that you can see right here, what you're going to do exactly when you join. So read the whole email first, just like I tell you there, so you don't miss a step, and then go back, go through step by step. I am here with you every step of the way. You know what? There's nothing holding you back. And I want you to know every single person, every single success story, they did it scared. They weren't 100% confident in their ability to lose weight, but they put trust in me and trust in the system, and they did the work and they saw results. And I'm going to tell you, you're always going to feel a little bit of anxiety about starting something new, but I want you to do it anyway. Do it scared. Okay. So let's get into the live Q&A, and we're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes here. So I had a comment here that said, I don't have time to do this. So another one is this program complicated? How can I figure it out? Another one is, can I make meals, regular meals that my husband will eat too? All of these are really, really good questions. So let's talk about the time first. As I said, you can download the app, and that allows you to listen to the trainings while you're doing something else. All right. So you're probably already listening to music. You're probably already listening to a podcast or already listening to the news. Why not listen to something that's going to add value to your life and help you lose the weight? So if you're saying, I don't have time to do this, my question to you is ask yourself, how can I make time? Right? How can I make the time to do this? So when you ask yourself that, and I'm going to come on screen here so that you guys can see me. Okay. When you ask yourself, how can I make the time? That's going to open up problem solving potential in your brain. You're going to say, can I get up half an hour earlier? Can I, you don't have to do all the things. Can I take one action this week instead of feeling like I have to be perfect at everything? So another question is this program complicated? How can I figure it out? Let me tell you what, hormones are complicated, but my program makes it simple. I have done thousands of hours of research into insulin resistance and weight loss so that you don't have to. I've done the research for you so that I lay it out in a step-by-step manner. And I do explain the science and I get deep into it, but I do it in a way that you can understand. And more importantly, I do it in a way that makes you want to apply it into your life. So it is not complicated. Is it deep? Yes. Complicated? No. And remember, those fun sheets walk you through step by step. So I kind of take all the notes for you and I give you the transcripts and the audio files so that you can see the information in more than one format. And sometimes that helps it soak in a little bit better. So another comment is, can I make regular meals that my husband will eat too? Yes. And I think that this is kind of a misconception because perhaps on other weight loss programs, you did processed food that your husband didn't want to eat. And I really teach you how to cook with real food. So I know most men like meat. I love meat too. There's simple swaps. Like for example, instead of using white pasta, can we use chickpea pasta? It's higher in protein, higher in fiber. It tastes delicious. So that's one swap that my husband and I have made. Instead of doing a white dinner roll, can we use an almond flour dinner roll? They're easy, they're delicious. And so the thing is, that is kind of a limiting thought still. And it's maybe something that you experienced in the past. But again, ask yourself that how can I cook healthy food that both my husband and I will like? There's so many ways around it. I do teach you a lot of strategies like that inside my program. So this question is highlighted here. So I can't be consistent in my workouts. And the first thing that I want to point out there is the word can't. We want to remove that from your brain. Throw the I can't, I won't out. And instead ask yourself, how can I be consistent? Okay. So, right. How can I be consistent and avoid laziness and binging? So that comes with practice. Okay. It comes with giving yourself a lot of grace, a lot of patience, and not making your goals too big. And inside my program, we start with follow through. Module number 1 is the follow through formula. Okay. I teach you exactly how you make your schedule. I teach you how you say no to things that are dragging you down and taking your time, and how to say yes to your goals. And then the first master class is mastering your habits. You're going to learn why you struggle with being lazy, why you struggle with not being consistent, and those small little action steps that you can take every day. So, for example, instead of focusing on the whole 30 or 45-minute workout, what I teach you to do is focus on the moment of decision. So, the first 2 minutes, what do you need to do? So, for me to work out, I need to close my computer, right? So, 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be out the door for my workout, I have an alarm on my computer that says, go exercise, so that I can remember to wrap up, shut the computer. Once I shut the computer, I focus on the next baby step, and that's putting on my shoes, right? So focus on one small thing at a time. And it's okay if you don't have time for a full workout. 10 minutes is better than nothing. So we have a couple other things coming in here on the time aspect. How long will it take? So I usually recommend about for the first 8 to 10 weeks, you're going to want to set aside about 1 hour to go through the course content. And again, you don't have to sit in front of the computer and watch it. You can listen on the go for sure. But set aside about an hour, and inside of the orientation video there and in the confirmation email, I give you a suggested schedule. So this is what you watch on week 1. This is what you watch on week 2. Week 3, watch this. And then you'll get weekly emails from me for encouragement and support. And then if you want to, you can join office hours. And those are each Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time. And here's how it works. For about the first 10 weeks, I will hold an extra hour from 12 to 1 for new members who are going through the course for the first time, because you do need more support. You need more encouragement to really dig through it and start incorporating things into your lifestyle. And I always say you don't have to implement everything as fast as you learn. Most people go through the course many times because the trainings are in depth, and they reap something new every time. And so not only can you set aside an hour to watch the trainings, if you want to join us during office hours, you can do that. Or each week, office hours replays are posted within 48 hours after watching them. So you can re-listen to that as well. So I'm looking for any more questions here. I don't think that I see any more. Let's see. I'm gonna ask my assistant if anything else is coming in. And otherwise, you guys, Weight Loss for Health is only open for a very short amount of time. So what I want you to do is mark your calendar for next Monday. I get that you may want to think about it a little bit. I don't want you to. I want you to join live so that you get that special bonus, right? The perfect prep blueprint with 5 of my favorite batching recipes that are already perfectly structured with protein, fat, and fiber. That's going to help get you going quickly so that you get those fast results. But we do have one more question. So on top of this, so how can I be consistent and avoid laziness and binging? And let's see, there was an answer that said these are both part of the self-sabotage education. Oh, that's at the beginning. So if you joined this training late, you're going to want to go back and watch the replay, because I teach you how to do that. And remember, all of this stuff that I taught you today is going to become a masterclass inside my program, because this training is a limited time. The replays will disappear after Monday, May 17th. And the masterclass will go even more in depth into the how-to. So you're going to really want to watch this training and look at the clear strategy that I went through, look at the fear exercise. That's going to help you really get that groundwork in play for overcoming your fears, getting out of your own way, and stopping self-sabotage. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me for this live training. Whew, I'm going to take some water drinks because we have another training actually coming up at 11 and then 2 more today. So I cannot wait to see you. If you want to hop on YouTube live again at 11, we will be on here for the 5 proven keys to unlock your metabolism. It is a separate training. Okay. So I'm going to do this one again at 1 p.m. and then the 5 keys to unlock your metabolism today at 11 and 3 o'clock. So I cannot wait to see you on the inside of Weight Loss for Health. We already had one new member, Kelly, join this morning. I'm so happy that you're with us. Thank you for joining. And I will see you again if you're hopping on in just about half an hour. Bye for now.